All right, guys, good morning. Am I audible, guys?
Especially you
Yes,
are.
sir. Yep.
Yeah, thank you so much. So let's start, right? Other people are also going to join. So more people are expected to join, but let's really start without any further delay. So today we are going to start this SD-WAN session, right? So initially we are going to discuss the basic principle of the SD-WAN. And then slowly we are going to move further and further, and we go and do the deep dive about the SD-WAN session, right? So before I can start, just because it's a very day one session where we are going to discuss the basic principle. So I would like to understand, like, do you guys have any experience in the SD-WAN in past? Anything you know in SD-WAN, or it's a very fresh for the everyone?
I don't have any experience, but I have a little bit knowledge about the SD-WAN.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You basically worked on, or basically you just have the basic knowledge in terms of the theoretical knowledge? Might be you just
Yeah,
have a
theoretical knowledge, but I have a work on the SCL, in the router and switching. So
okay,
that's
not
why.
switching. Good, good,
Yeah.
good. Very good. Very good. Thanks, thanks. What's your name? Veerash. What's your name? May I know your full name?
Full name Rushabh Patil.
Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah, this is my system. That's why this is reflected on the display. That's it.
okay, okay. Understand. What were others? Probably, yeah, anyone can speak up.
Yeah, Vishal, actually, I have a little bit of theory knowledge, but not on a fully because previous installation I was involved, but not fully involved. So I got interested to learn. So this is the time to learn. So because I have an routing and switching experiences,
Okay, good, good. So, how long you work on the routing and switching?
24 years.
24 year. Okay, good, 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 sir. Thank you. So probably I believe this is the right time because holding that much industry experience and SD-WAN is very become very key things in the market nowadays. If
Exactly.
especially someone in the routing and switching, so it's like mandatory stuff, right? You have to do it.
Correct.
Without SD-WAN, probably uh, very challenging career is going to be happen for the routing switching people. So thanks for choosing this SD-WAN, and I believe it's the right time in 2025 to just upgrade. Okay, Arun sir. Thank you. Yeah. What others? Probably anyone can speak. Vijendra? Okay, so let's start, right? I believe Rohit also joined, Parth, Vijendra. Okay, so let's discuss about the principle of the SD-WAN. Then we'll slowly start, and then we keep doing the introduction as well in upcoming discussions as well, because we have to talk on every weekend. So probably we come to know each other very well. So guys, I believe we should first know, right? I'm not going to talk in very detail because last week we have done discussion about the course content in very detail, right? And I explained, I don't know whether you guys joined or not. So I'm just assuming you all are the not joined there. So what I'm going to discuss, I'll simply explain what are the official course content for this SD-WAN, what is the learning outcome is going to be happen, and if you're going to learn this SD-WAN, then how you're going to get progression in your career, right? And step by step, we'll understand how our course structure is going to look like, and then how basically we can implement in the real infrastructure like lab deployment, where we talk about the controller, where we talk about the routers like the VH router, CH router. So these all thing we are going to understand. Along with that, also we will understand about the actual traffic engineering for the Cisco SD-WAN, right? Means if you want to just manipulate the path with the help of the policies, then this is the most critical thing where you just have to invest your time. You have to invest your lot of research there to just make sure you know how to like BGP OSPF, you know how to manipulate the path. Similarly, in the SD-WAN also, we have to do a lot of manipulation of the path. So because when you go for the interview, it is going to always ask by the interviewer like how you can just do that, how you can do that, how you can do that particular hub and spoke, some policy, preference, weight, like that. So that also we are trying to understand. And along with policies, we have the one of the key concept about the configuration. So you guys know like you guys are keep working for the CLI since many years, right? If especially in routing switching, so you keep working on the CLI, that is a command line interface. But here in the SD-WAN, probably you have to do most of the work via the GUI. That's a graphical user interface. So if I'm doing in the GUI configuration very first time, it's very challenging to understand and correlate how my CLI configuration was and how it converted into the GUI, because totally new interface you're going to get. Like you have to understand about the feature template, you have to understand about the device template, right? And at the same time, you have to collaborate these two templates together so that they can inherit the full configuration on the router, and then it's converted in the CLI. So that's like amazing thing you have to understand, but at the same time it's become very new for everyone. So you just have to do a lot of practice to understand, because it's not very easy to just go and just create the templates and create the configuration it is going to apply on the routers or might be the controllers. So that also we understand how basically CLI transform in the GUI, and I'll make sure that is very easy process you are going to get to just convert this CLI to GUI. Okay. And apart from that, we have to understand a lot of things. So let us start. So you can see the first slide itself showing about the Cisco SD-WAN next generation networking. So if I'm talking about a Cisco SD-WAN, that means we are going to talk about the SD-WAN solution that belong to the Cisco. So what does mean? It's Cisco SD-WAN. So see, like SD-WAN is a solution that have the developed by the uh, like not developed by it's like the concept that was the SDN concept, and that was later like the Gardner have done a lot of research on the SDN, and then different vendor adopted that concept, and based on that they developed their product. So similarly, like we have the Cisco SD-WAN. So this Cisco SD-WAN is one thing. Cisco also known as the Viptela SD-WAN, right? And it also known as the Catalyst SD-WAN, right? And Cisco also have the Meraki SD-WAN. So you can say Cisco, basically these three things are the same. Cisco SD-WAN, Viptela SD-WAN, and Catalyst SD-WAN. I'll explain why these three things are same, but they have the different solutions. It's Cisco because they also acquire the Meraki. So they just also have the solution that is the Meraki SD-WAN. So you can see Meraki SD-WAN also we have. After that, it's not like I'm just talking about Cisco SD-WAN family, but apart from Cisco, we have the different vendor also. You are going to find the Versa SD-WAN. You are going to find the 40 net SD-WAN. You are going to find that G-Scalar SD-WAN. You are going to find Velo Cloud SD-WAN. You're going to find Kato SD-WAN. You're going to find Palo Alto SD-WAN. You're going to find Silver Peak SD-WAN, right? And Nokia Nuaz, right? SD-WAN. So we have the lot of vendors available, n number of vendors, right? So you can see like a lot of vendors are available in the market, and everyone is providing the same kind of solution. But why we should learn the Cisco SD-WAN? That's also very key important thing, right? So it's a fundamental, right? Because it's all about the demand and supply. Simple things, right? If you have the more demand, then you have to do more supply. So they are the vendor. Really, they are doing great in the market. Trust me, they are doing great. But while doing the great, because we have three things in the market. One is the brand. Second is the trust value, right? So I know you have very good product, but still, if you not have the brand value, if you not have the trust value, probably people are going to buy very less. You can take an example. Let's suppose you have the one of the iPhone, right? This iPhone, 2% is selling. One person is selling in the iPhone store, probably in the mall, and this, like, let's suppose iPhone 16, right? And this iPhone 16, let's suppose Pro model, Pro Max or Pro model, you're just going to purchase one, means the mall store is saying selling it 1.5 lakhs, right? And same product, one of the guy standing on the road, he is offering in 25K. Where do you going to purchase that? The phone is same, it look like everything is same, but still, where you going to purchase? Probably for me, I'm going to purchase from mall. I'm not going to purchase from the guy who is selling on the road. Because why? Because there is a brand is same, but trust is missing. I don't know if this person is going to sell me the right thing or not. Probably he is like did some kind of the fraud and then he's selling. But here, probably the same phone is going to cost around 5 times for me, right? Or 6 times for me, but still I'm going to pay because I have a lot of trust. Similar thing is going to happen. These all vendors are good, right? They are in the market, they are doing a lot of business. But Cisco, one of the brand which have the very global presence, means everywhere you're going to find that, and they have very trust value in the market. That's the reason if you talk about the Cisco almost 70 to like 60% market cap they have for the routers or even more and switches. And then after 30 and 40% rest of the player are doing the market. Like you can talk about the Juniper, you can talk about the FortiGate, Follow, means routing switching. I'm talking about that. They have the different vendors, but most monopoly Cisco having the router and switches and other solution like wireless solution and all. So if Cisco have the that much brand value in across the globe and they have a lot of customer across the globe, so definitely if I have a lot of product in the market, then I need a lot of engineer in the market, right? So that's why if you're going to do the Cisco SD-WAN, probably you are going to get a lot of job opportunity, and you can easily place yourself, you can easily sell yourself on a higher salary package. That's why Cisco is everywhere. So Cisco designed the SD-WAN. Actually, this was the not Cisco product. This was a product by the Viptela. Viptela was one of the company when very first SD-WAN was like developed. Then Cisco acquired this company. Cisco having the concept of the IWAN. Anyone know what is the IWAN? Anyone know what is the IWAN? Anyone heard about IWAN? No?
Yeah.
Yes, Padil, you heard about IWAN?
No.
No,
Actually, no.
right? Okay, let me tell the story. Probably you can correlate. So before SD-WAN, there was a concept of the IWAN that is known as the intelligent WAN. Okay. So Cisco did lot of marketing on this. They sell lot of kind of the solution in the market for the IWAN. And this IWAN was like one of the dream project for the Cisco before SD-WAN I'm talking about. But this was completely, failed. Why it's failed? Because this was not adopted by the market and that was having a lot of kind of the loopholes. So that's why this IWAN was completely failed. But the guy who was working in the Cisco that time, what happened? Few of the colleagues separated themselves from the Cisco. They have taken very good concept from the IWAN and they developed the product that is known as the Viptela product, right? Viptela SD-WAN. So they were the actual employee for the Cisco, but they left the Cisco. They gained the very good IWAN concept and then did the market research and then developed the Viptela SD-WAN solutions. So what happened? Once they developed the Viptela has solutions, Cisco was like that time no idea how to develop that. So instead of going to do the scratch development, they acquired this company because their DNA was the same from the employee was the same from that company. So they acquired this company and they please mute guys, I request. So they acquired this company. After acquiring this company, what happened? Just give me 1 minute. Yeah, they rebrand this product and start selling that. So once Cisco acquired this Webtela, still there was an agreement. You can sell my product as a Viptela SD-WAN. So that's why Viptela start coming in the market and Cisco start selling on that. So how it's becoming Cisco SD-WAN? It was initially Viptela SD-WAN, then how it's become Cisco SD-WAN. So it's a little bit confusing, guys, but let me tell the story. So once, let me clear the board here so I can explain in the better way. Because you should know the story as well, because if I'm going to learn the product, I should know the story. So let me tell. So Viptela was the first company who developed the SD-WAN solution. Cisco basically like do the like acquisition of this company, and after doing the acquisition, what happened? Cisco SD-WAN available in the market, means Viptela SD-WAN available in the market with the name of Cisco. But whatever the product that was developed by the Viptela, every product name nomenclature was start as like the VH. VH means like similar to the router, it's a router. So VH router, right? They developed the vManage. This is the controller. Okay. They developed the vSmart. This is also part of the controller. They developed the vWAN. This is also part of the controller. So these four products they were developed. Means Viptela total 4 product developed, and based on that entire SD-WAN was like built in the market. So what next? But when Cisco basically acquired this all solution, what happened? Cisco have the lot of customers. Let's suppose they have the global more than 1 million customer. Just think about 1 million means it is going to be 10 lakhs. So 1 million customer was there. They all are using the might be the ASR, not all, but most of them ASR, ISR, CSR routers. And based on the new solution, Cisco have to come these customers and they have to basically sell the new solution. But let's suppose I purchase one of the product. You guys just think about, you purchase one of the course from us today for the SD-WAN. And tomorrow I'm going to say like you again purchase with me with some kind of the new course is coming. So probably you are not going to purchase again because you already invested your money. And after a few months, few years, you're probably not going to invest again same amount of money or even more than that to just buy the new course which have the new topics covered, right? So probably you are going to avoid that. The same thing will happen. Let Cisco try to sell the product with the our customer with the same kind of solutions. This customers might be in the negate mode, might be in the reluctant mode, and they're going to say, no, I'm not going to purchase your new solutions. So how can I sell and how can I generate my revenue based on the my acquisition of the new company? Because you have to sell, and it's very easy to sell the product your existing customer who already using your services, who already using your product. You can easily sell their any kind of the new thing, new services, new product to that customer instead of hunting for the new customer, right? Because you already have the brand trust of that particular person, but that customer and that you can easily pitch them and you can easily sell them. So similar thing was happen, but customer was in reluctant mode. Then Cisco have one idea. They tell to the customer, you don't have to buy a new VH router because the most price is going to come on the buying the VH routers, and all sites having the routers. Means every site, whatever the customer were installed and doing the any kind of the MPLS internet router connectivity, they all having the router. So they told you don't have to buy this, right? No buy need. But these are the new things. Controller are the new. Basically, you need to buy this controller. So customer think, okay, that's sound good because I don't have this product, so I need to buy because there is no other way around. So these three devices I just need to buy. I need a license and all. So how it is going to help with this existing my legacy routers? So they come with the idea. They told by using the old routers, ASR, ISR, and CSR, we can upgrade the image, upgrade the iOS image, and they will equally start supporting the SD-WAN support solutions. Means you just have to upgrade the image. You don't have to buy the hardware. You just have to upgrade the image, and after doing the upgradation, you start leveraging this router as a SD-WAN router. So it sound like amazing for the customer. Means you have to pay for just license, whatever the license we have, just you have to pay for the license. It's a minimal cost. I don't have to invest again in the like hardwares, but still I can use the very latest technology and trending technology in the market, and that's the SD-WAN. So every customer start doing the migration, their legacy WAN where the CSR, ISR and the ASR router was there on the SD-WAN platform. That's why the customer have to pay little amount, and then Cisco introduced the new device that is known as the CH. So what earlier it was the VH, that was the Viptela, but now Cisco introduced the new device that is a Cisco Edge device. I can see I have one chat. Let me see. Somebody ping. Okay, I will explain Paravasis. Paravasis, what's the name? He's asking difference between the IP MPLS and the SD-WAN. I'll explain. Let's understand first basic principles so you guys can explain this story to anyone, because it's very important to know that. So that's why Cisco SD-WAN develop a product, and that's product basically known as the CH router. And this CH router are nothing. This CH router is your ASR, ISR, and CSR. So probably you have heard about the, let me write here. Sorry. ASR 1000, right? ISR 4000. CSR routers we have probably 1000 V or V8000. These are virtual routers. They are just going to use for the your SD-WAN solution. You guys are clear till what story I just explained, means about the SD-WAN, Viptela SD-WAN, Cisco SD-WAN. Everyone clear it? Any doubt?
Yeah.
Okay. Now there is a yeah, please. Any question? Please let me know. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. Because we just have to understand the story, then we can move the actual learning. But I want to make sure you guys have the right understanding. Now we talk about the Viptela. We talk about the Cisco SD-WAN. But now this SD-WAN is no longer available in the market. Okay. Viptela and Cisco SD-WAN no longer in the market. So what is the SD-WAN available in the market? So what happened last year? Cisco basically rebrand these two things with a single thing. Means just rebrand. Means still SD-WAN is there, right? SD-WAN solution is there, available, but with the new name. And that name is known as the Catalyst SD-WAN. So instead of the Viptela, instead of the Cisco, now if you are going to buy a Cisco SD-WAN solution, if you are going to learn Cisco SD-WAN solution, that SD-WAN is known as the Catalyst SD-WAN. You guys getting my point? So there is no Viptela SD-WAN, there is no Cisco SD-WAN. Now it's become a Catalyst SD-WAN. But most important thing, it's just rebranding. Nothing else. Means they are going to use the same concept your Viptela SD-WAN. Whatever you learn here, they are going to use the Cisco SD-WAN. The devices are going to be same, but only the name has been changed with some minor upgradation. So minor upgradation, that means definitely the SD-WAN OS are definitely earlier, suppose 9.2.3, before that 18 dot series, 17, 16, 14 like that. Now we are running 20, 21 like series. Different version are coming. So once the 20 dot something was developed, they just rebrand as a Catalyst SD-WAN. And by doing this rebranding of this Catalyst SD-WAN, some component like earlier we have the VH and CH. They replace as a WAN edge routers. Okay, means whatever the VH CH router was there, they completely replace as a WAN edge router. Okay, the vManage device, you guys don't know what is the vManage. I'll explain. This rename as a manager. The vBond device, it's renamed as a validator. vSmart device, it's renamed as a controller. Means you are not going to find any device with the name of the VH, CH, vManage, vBond, and vSmart. They all replace with these new names, and this is known as the Catalyst SD-WAN. Everyone is clear what I explain? Please put your hand if you understand really what I explain. Just write yes, no, maybe in the chat. If you understand, write yes, I understand. How many understand? Yes, so I can see. Good, good. Okay, so you guys see here, let me show you. So you guys are going to learn the Catalyst SD-WAN. There's same concept, same like principle, whatever we learned in the Cisco SD-WAN, Viptela SD-WAN, but you can see this is the Cisco Catalyst SD-WAN design guide. So we are going to learn everything based on the Catalyst SD-WAN, but they are going to use the same principle. So let me show you how this is going to look like in the controller point of view. So everything is going to look like same, but most important you have to understand. I'll explain these all things later on, how this is going to look like, but let's understand. See, so I'm going to show you two slides. You refer this slide, okay? Now I'm going to show you Viptela SD-WAN slides. That is an older one. Okay, you're going to find the same diagram, nothing more than like nothing more difference except names. But let me show you. Okay. See, this is one diagram. Viptela Secure Extensible Network Overview. You can see the name is vBond, vManage, vSmart, vEdge. And CH, we know that. Why you use a CH? But if I'm going to talk about the Catalyst SD-WAN, do you guys find anything? Like we don't have any vBond, vManage, and vSmart. We have the manager, we have the controller, we have the validator, and we have the WAN edge. Even we don't have the vEdge. So that's why I'm saying that the only renaming things was happen. Nothing is there in terms of technology wise. So vManage, this is the vManage. This is the vSmart. This is the vBond. And this WAN edge either could be your VH or CH. Clear? Everyone clear? Okay. So now at least you guys understand about the theoretical concept. Now let me show you the lab point of view, how it is going to look like and how you can going to do the practice and all. Sorry. Sorry. Let me see. Okay. So if I going here, and if I just want to show you the dashboard, I just wanted to show you the dashboard. Then we'll do the learning, actual learning later on, how it is basically going to be look like. So just go in the CMD. Let me ping my controller, whether it's reachable or not. So I'm able to reach my controller, that is the vManager. So you guys see that we have the different VH router, CH router. So in the lab, basically, we are not going to just talk about the VH. We also going to configure, because I'll going to show you how the live CH is going to be configured in the core section and how this CH is going to be interact with the VH routers. and how this control connection is going to build, how the spatial configuration for CH is totally different from the VH, because most of the company you are going to find CH are already there, and who just learned the VH based learning in the training probably have the struggle to do the configuration of the CH, because they don't have the idea how VPNs are converted in the VRF, how service LAN is going to be configured in term of the VRF, and how VRF ID is going to map with the VPN ID, how transport WAN interface is going to configure. So that I will explain. Probably you'll go and see the configuration as well in the existing labs. And then you're going to do similar kind of stuff in your actual learning. So if I go here and just try to show you, this is Cisco SD-WAN, you can see the vManage. And in this Cisco SD-WAN vManage, you are going to find, this is our previous sessions where we did a lot of research, even to yesterday also. So you can see we have the controllers, right? In this SD-WAN, we have the controller, we have the vSmart that is up and working. Green means up and working. We have the WAN edge. See, this is the WAN edge. This WAN edge having a two combination. They have the VH router, they have the CH router. So you can see 4 devices are up, 2 devices are down. There could be multiple region, might be a circuit is down, something is like not working expected in the underlay. So we don't have to troubleshoot, but I'm just showing you if you want to see which devices are down. So just click on the device, you can see my CH is down and one of the VH2 is down. And say this CH is the CSR 1000V router. Clear? So whatever the, like we have the two models, we can use the CSR 8000 or maybe CSR 1000. And most popular model guys, you are going to always find in the CSR. ASR we cannot do that because this requires the physical hardware and that is not available with us. So because we are using the virtual lab, so we just have to use the CSR. So you can see CSR is there and that is also have this image, this VH having this image. And same time, you can see these 4 devices are up and working. So just click on it and you are going to find different kind of a system IP, host name, reachable, and these are the BFD session, OMP control. So these are the new things probably you are going to learn first time. Means why we need a site ID, why we need the BFD. How many know about the BFD? Just put your like if you know in the BFD in chat, if you know really about the BFD. Have you learned about the BFD? Have you learned about the OMP? Control connections? Anyone? So yes, I can see Padil learn about that. So we have to figure out multiple terminologies. I'm going to write it here, guys. So what all terminology we have to figure it out. So probably BFD is one. We have to learn about BFD. We have to learn about T-lock. We have to learn about the system IP. We have to learn about the control connections. We have to learn about the OMP. We have to learn about the service route. We have to learn about the V routes, right? We have to learn about the T-lock routes, right? And also we have to learn about the IPsec, right? We have to learn about the DTLS. We have to learn about TLS, right? Sorry, TLS. What else? So control system. So like we have to learn about the transport VPN. We have to learn about service VPN. And we have to learn about the VPN, management VPN. We also have to learn about what else? So a lot of things we have. I'll check in the PPT as well. So we have to figure out the multiple terminologies and we have to understand these terminology as well because it's very important. Lot of things you have to understand how this routing is going to be configured, how the different T-locks are going to come in a picture, what is the system IP address, what is the control connections, what is the underlay versus overlay. So you have to understand underlay versus overlay. And also we have to understand what is a V route, what is a T-log route, what is a IPsec connection, how it is going to build, what is a TLS, DTLS, transport VPN, service management VPN. So these I'm going to explain in the upcoming sessions, but yes, you guys probably have to figure it out do I really know about this? If you know, that's a good. Even you don't know,
time இருக்கு.
even you don't know, so this is my responsibility. I'll make sure you know about each and every concept in very layman language, and you can implement in the any configuration. So let me show you. If I'm going to the any routers, I'm just demonstrating so you can understand, guys, how basically real scenario is going to look like. Let's suppose I'm going to log in one of the VH router, and I'm just going to run so OMP peer. So this OMP peers is going to show you some kind of the like peering where I'm going to get the routing decisions. So you can see there are a lot of routes RIS that has been installed in my routing table. Some are installed, some are sending, some are receiving. So why this is happening? What is the logic behind it? We have to understand. I'm just demonstrating so you can correlate. Am I really able to understand what was happening in the past in my legacy WAN and now what is happening in the SD-WAN? So how it is possible? Only based on the practice, based on the right systematic approach of the learning. So first in few days, we are going to discuss only theoretical part. So you are going to understand about the step-by-step course structure, how it is going to look like. Like, let me show you. So if I just go here, so you can see like a lot of things we have. So I'm not going to talk this all. We'll see this lab part also. So we have the different modules in Cisco SD-WAN. So architecture, controller deployment, router deployment, policies, security and quality, and management and operations. So once we are going to understand this architecture, then probably you are going to understand this BFD, TLOC, these all things. See, some are the already written. Means in architecture, how the vbound operation is going to be happen. That's the validator. How the management plane is going to be configured. That is the your vmanage. Like control plane, vsmart OMP, manage router, TLOC, IPsec, GRE, vroute, BFD, SAS, IS collocation. So lot of things you have to understand, and you have to correlate with the your real time routing or router configuration or controller configuration. Similarly, if you want to run the BFD session, so you're going to find a lot of BFD session. So we have to understand why this BFD is very important and what are different parameters available in this BFD sessions. And you are going to run about the IPsec sessions, outbound and inbound connections. You are going to find IPsec connection with a different branch also it's available. So why this particular IPsec are available? And if you want to run the show control connections, you are going to find the DTLS and TLS connection. See, it is written here. TLS, DTLS connections. So all the DTLS, which case it is going to show this TLS, we have to understand. If you are going to run the run system configuration, you are going to find the system IP, site ID, host name. Why this system wise configuration is very important. Okay, if I want to run the show IP route, so you're going to find a different route. VPN 0, that is a transport VPN. Service VPN, you can see 10, 20, 30. There are different VPNs. If I'm going to run the VPN 512, so you're going to find the management VPN. If you're going to run simple IP route, right, VPN 0, so you're going to find the underlay route connectivity. So these are the different concept, different parameters. We have to do the configuration, and based on that configuration, we have to understand step by step all things. And after doing this all, what next? We just have to understand how I can deploy this kind of the controllers and routers. So let's talk about a deployment method, guys. How we can deploy and how we can configure it. So because we are doing discussions, we have to understand also. So just give me 1 minute. Let me figure out the one of the slide. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. So hold your thoughts. I'll explain what is the controllers, what is the vBond, what is the vSmart, everything I'll explain. But just make your some mindset. So we have the two type of devices in SD-WAN. One is we have the routers which are going to use on the every branch location. Means you can say these are the routers. These are the SD-WAN related routers. These all. These are the SD-WAN router. These are the routers, but non-SD-WAN router. This is the SD-WAN router. Okay. So this is non-SD-WAN, non-SD-WAN switch, these are the firewalls. So these are non-SD-WAN. So even these are the SD-WAN controllers. Sorry, this is not. These are the three SD-WAN controllers. So if I really want to build these routers and controller, what is the way around? Are they real hardwares? Are they virtual device? That we have to understand. So we have the two kind of the component. One is the controller. This is the vManage, vBond, and the vSmart. You guys don't know what is this controllers, okay? Second one is we have the option is the routers. This router is your CH or VH. Now understand. If I talk about the controllers, controllers are always going to be a virtual device. Means they are the not hardware device. Clear, everyone? If someone is going to ask, can I buy the vManage as a physical device, vSmart as a physical device, vBond as a physical device? The answer is no. They are the only virtual device. Clear? Everyone clear? Understand? Means these controllers, which are going to discuss in very detail, what is the vBond, what is the vSmart, what is the vManage, they always going to be a virtual device. They are never ever going to be a physical device. But if I talk about the routers, these routers can be virtual and can be physical hardware. Okay. So both options available with the routers. So that's why you can see in the slides, if I go here, router deployment method, let me show you here. These are the virtual devices. These virtual devices can be hosted in the three format, basically two format. One is your internal data center, that is your on-prem network. That's similar to the private cloud. So you can say on-prem, that is on premises, or you can say as the private cloud, or they can be hosted in the public cloud. Azure AWS. How many you know what is different between the private cloud and public cloud? Anyone know? Can someone tell me what is difference between the private cloud and public cloud? Anyone?
I mean, within the premises, within the data centers, which you can have a cloud or a virtual environment. And public cloud is like AWS, Azure, and G Cloud, the Google one. That's all a public cloud. And one more thing is hybrid, which connects the both private and the public.
Very nice, Arun. Very nice. So guys, as Arunji mentioned, right, we have the different concept. One on premises means your internal data center, right? That you solely manage by you only. Means nobody else is going to manage. You are just supplying the power supply, electricity supply and the air conditions. Your engineer is just installing the hardwares. They are managing, they are doing the configuration. So everything is done by your own system. But if we talk about the private cloud, means you host your services in one of the private area that can be managed by third party vendor. Might be the SCL, Wipro, NTT, some other Equinix. There are a lot of vendors are in the market who provide in the private cloud solutions. And you're just going to take the separate area, dedicated area for you, where you're just hosting your services, where they are taking monthly recurring rent from you, and rest they are managing by themselves. You don't have any burden, headache, and all. So that's the private cloud. But if you talk about the public cloud, that means you have the shared infrastructure, and based on that shared infrastructure, you just renting some part of the sharing method. Means let's suppose you have the rack. In this rack, we have the 10 customers. Means this is the one customer, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you're just taking one of the rack out of the big rack and you're hosting your servers, your list line, whatever that, but still in the shared media. So this is how your public, that is the AWS, Azure, and GCP. So the controllers, you can host anywhere. If you want to host in your on premises, you can host that. You can create the virtual machines under the physical server, and that VMs basically can host the your vBond, vManage, vSmart, means whatever component you want to host, and based on that, they can give the virtual LAN connectivity to each other, and from the physical server you can extend the connectivity over the WAN, and then you can connect to the other branch location, right? So this is how your virtualization is going to happen. It's a very good technology, guys, by the way. If you have the learning kind of the, like, if you really want to learn virtualization, I would suggest just go and learn, because it's the future. Everything is like cost effective. You're going to save a lot cost, and you can host exactly all devices, whatever you want to host in the virtual environment. Okay. So this is how on premises is going to happen. Similar in the private cloud also. You just have to buy the server. You can just host the server in the any private vendor like Equinix, Wipro, SCL, and there you can host your this kind of the controllers. That if you are going to host in the public cloud, that is also possible. Azure, AWS, you can host that, and based on that, you can connect the your branches. Clear? So controllers can be host anywhere, private, public, or on premises, but they all are going to host the virtual instances. So in our case, you can see we have, these are the virtual devices, and we hosted in our physical server, and based on that, we build this entire lab. Okay. But if I talk about the VH routers basically, it is the router which is can be virtual, can be physical. So virtually, you can see these are the VH router. This is the VH router. This is the VH router. And let me show you something very interesting. If I go here and you just create the template, let me create the feature template. Even we created a lot of feature templates. You can see we have a lot of routers model. ASR 1000, different ASR, C routers. You can see they also have different router. So you just go and read the data sheet. C series router also we have a lot of C series. Now we have the CSR 1000V. You can see CSR 1000V, CSR 1000V, IR 11,000, ISR router also we have. You can see I talk about, right? You'll find ASR as well. Now you ISRV router also we have. And also you can see now we have the VH routers. So these are the physical routers. These are the physical routers. Okay. VH 100, 100B, 100M, 100WM. We have the VH 1000, VH 2000, VH 1000. These are the different physical routers. At the same time, we have the VH Cloud as well. So VH Cloud is something virtual router. Means here in our lab topology, whatever we integrated the routers, these are the VH Cloud routers. And these routers are, this is the CH V1000. It's again a virtual VM based routers. So we deploy these routers in our data center, and based on that, we build the lab, right? So you can see here, we have the, again, we manage vSmart, and you're not able to find the vBond. So we'll understand why vBond is not there, because vBond technically a VH router, but VH need to convert in the vBond. So we'll see how it is going to be converted, and why vBond only going to use the VH routers only, because there is no dedicated device for the vBond. We have to convert it. So that's why you can see in the slides also, we have the different routers, like we have the thousands, 2000, 100, 100M, 100MB. We don't have the 5000 router because it was developed later, but it is available here. And based on that, you can just do the deployment. And how you can do the deployment? that can be deployed under the on-premises and the hosted locations as well. Means Azure, AWS, you can do the on-premises deployment with a virtual router, then you can do that. And if you want to use the physical router, you can use the physical router as well. Everyone clear about the deployment method? Means how the routers are going to be deployed? Okay. So
Understood.
yes, thank you. So let's move. Controller deployment we understand, and we understand how it can be. Later we'll see how it step-by-step configuration is going to be happen. We definitely see that. Now talk about the router deployments that also we understand. These routers which we are going to deploy. Let's suppose we'll see what is zero touch provisioning, how it is going to be happen, plug and play, data center, version hub and deployment, circuit termination, T-location, dynamic tunnel, underlay, overlay, that all will do the deep dive one by one. But we are talking about overview solutions, how it is going to look like. Let's suppose you have the requirement. You have the requirement where you are running the VRRP. By the way, Cisco SD-WAN or Viptela SD-WAN or Catalyst not support the HSRP. Okay. They only support the VRRP. Let's suppose you are using the BGP. You are using the OSPF. You are using the EIGRP. And if you want to integrate these all three, if you want to integrate these all three with the very new routing protocol that is OMP, then how it is possible? How the redistribution is going to happen? So guys, for that, basically, we created in our lab scenario, you can see here, we have the three different link you can see here. So one, we are going to configure the static route base. One, we are going to configure the OSPF dynamic. One is going to configure the BGP. Based on these three, because WAN is going to use the OMP, WAN is because OMP is not legacy, but these can be run between the legacy router and their SD-WAN router. Means this basically BGP, OSPF, static route can be used on your legacy router. This is legacy router, legacy switch, or even the SD-WAN router. Then if I want to do the redistributions, how it is possible? How I can advertise the BGP route to OMP route? OMP is the overlay management protocol that is going to run between the VH router to the vSmart to just exchange the routing. Means whatever the VH we have, they all are going to run the OMP. Means if you talk about this CH also, it is also going to run the OMP. If you talk about this one, they all are going to run the OMP to just exchange routing. So if I am learning some route from any branch location, I want to redistribute from OMP to BGP, then how it is going to be happen? And if I'm just want to advertise from BGP route to the OMP, then how it is going to be happen and how I can apply the policy? That we will do the testing in our lab, and we'll see how the route manipulation is going to be happen. Redistribution is going to happen. Same thing is going to happen for the static route advertisement. Same thing we are going to learn about the BGP and OSPF. And also at the same time, at a data center, we are trying to configure the VRRP. And we'll see after configuring this VRRP, how we can make this link as a master, this link as a backup, and then how we can configure the priority for the VRRP on the VH router. So integration of the legacy protocols, like the first hope redundancy protocol, the VRRP, and even the BGP static, that also we are going to discuss in the router deployment process. Clear? Clear to everyone? Okay, so most important guys, we have to turn around about the policy. Means we have to learn about the policy. And this is the one of the complex thing. Okay, two things is complex. Let me go back again. Means one is like you have to configure the vManage feature configuration template. Means if I want to deploy the routers, right? There is two methods. One is going to deploy the CLI, and one is via the feature template versus device template. So these two methods are very complex. How a feature template is going to be look like, how the device template is going to look like, and how we can deploy the step-by-step process by the feature and device template. Okay. So these things is going to be covered, right? And see, right now in previous session, even you can see total 30 feature template we deployed. And these feature template, you can see every template is called in some device template. None of template is free. And these are the call in the actual your device template. And you want to view, right? So if you want to click, you're going to see the different configuration available on this particular feature template. And these are the template basically going to push on device and they are going to create the running configuration. Let's suppose you want to see the configuration. So template are going to push from your device, but it is going to convert in the running configuration, which is going to apply on the end routers. See, we want to run from the CLI also. If I go here and show run configuration, exactly I'm going to find the same configuration which I'm pushing from the GUI as well. Exactly same. If you're going to run this command, show run, you're going to find this entire configuration. See, and same I'm pushing the configuration from the GUI. It is going to give me the same kind of configuration. It is stuck. It will take a little bit time, but it is going to push entire configuration which is available in CLI. Same thing. So how this template is going to be configured and how it is going to be basically pushed to the end devices and then devices are going to be functional. That also we will understand, guys. Right? See, this is my configuration. Exactly same. This is the same configuration we have here. Now, moving next. The next part is the policy. This policy is the actual brain of the SD-WAN. These policies are actual brain of the SD-WAN. And if you really want to understand SD-WAN, then two things you must know about the template and about the policy. In this policy, we have the two sections. One is the localized policy, one is centralized policy. So how based on the localized policy, we can influence one device. Means localized policies basically it is going to influence the decision of the one device only. Let's suppose you want to do the BGP path manipulations. You want to enable the net flow. You want to configure the BGP route preference. You want to create the access list. You want to create the QS policy. See, this was created yesterday only for one of the running batch that was completed yesterday. So how we can create that QS and all, and in the centralized policy, how we can influence the entire fabric decision. Means, let's suppose I want to change the behavior of the topology. Let's suppose we can see here we have the different like we have the application aware routing, we have the safe load policy, DCDR route preference, we have the hub and a spoke default route policy, DIA policy, extranet route leak policy, hub and a spoke based policy, master policy, how we can club these all policy together, routing based policy, hub and a spoke, service insertion policy, T-log based route policy, T-log tag policy, VHQS policy, VPN membership policy. I hope even these much policy is not available in the Cisco SD-WAN syllabus. Let me show you. The policy you are going to get only you here learn what is data policy. You have to configure one policy data, one control, and some VPN segmentation and topology. That's it. 4 and 5 policy are here. You have to learn as per the syllabus. But because I have the expertise, I don't want to say like I'm the only person who have the expertise, but yes, I would like to say yes, I work 15 plus years in the industry. So still I doing the lot of global deployment. So I know why these policies are important and why should you know these all policies. Because when you have the more knowledge about the policy, you can do more kind of the analytical research. And even for the interview, you can give the more analytical or logical answers. But if you have the limited policy understanding, let's suppose you want to just complete your course, you want to understand some basic fundamental, you want to do certification, then that much is not required. But definitely we are going to touch entire things. And at the same time, you are going to get lab guide how this step-by-step configuration is going to happen, guys. Okay. So this is about the policy. And then we'll talk about the firewall feature. Means this is all theoretical. Means why the importance nowadays of the firewalls. Why we require the IPS engine, why you require the IDS engine, URL filtering, advanced malware protections, SSL and TLS proxy, DNS security, secure web gateway, QS configuration, like you have seen right now, localized policy and centralized, how the QS policy is going to look like. What is the scheduling, shaping, policy, marking, QS per tunnel is going to be defined. And then finally, we are going to land about the management and operations. REST API, configure authentication, and the describe the image software. Means lot of, like, it's all about that your day-to-day operation, NOC, SOC operations. Means if you want to do the software image, then how we are going to do that? REST API monitoring, how it is going to happen? Authentication monitoring is how it is going to happen. These things you are going to get from here, and based on that, you can do the day-to-day operation. That is your dashboard operations. Here we are going to do that. Like anything, let's suppose you want to create some users. If someone is asked to create some user based on the L1, L2, and L3, then how it is going to be happen? So if I go here and I just go in the manage user, then how you can create the like different user group, and you can define the different user name and level 1, level 2, and level 3, and based on that you can what access you can give there. And at the same time, if you want to do the software upgradation process, then how the software upgradation process is going to be happen, how you can make the repository of the images, and how you can upgrade the software for the all device in one go. So that also we have to understand what is the current version, what is the available version. So these things we'll do in the deep discussion, and we have to start now learning about this entire fabric operation. Like what is the orchestration plane, what is the management plane, and what is the data plane. At the same time, also we have to understand, let's suppose you want to build the SD-WAN, then what were the challenges in the legacy WAN solutions, how it going to overcome that challenges, and what benefits they are going to provide it, how basically my control box architecture is going to look like, and how my open box architecture is going to look like. Means once I open on the router, then how it's become the SD-WAN router. That also we have to understand. So everyone clear till now? Please ask your questions, because it's just like beginning of this particular session. Please ask your question, guys. I'm waiting for your questions.
Nisha, uh, actually, if my one of device, having the 80% utilized, so we can check the how the device is, utilization in the we manage.
Means there is two questions you have, right?
Yes,
Within a
yes.
single question. You're talking about a device utilization, right? Device utilization means you talking about the CPU utilization, or you mean circuit utilization?
CPU utilization.
Yes, CPU utilization. You can definitely check how my device is going to work in a like health check, like real time. You want to verify, you can just check each and everything. Circuit utilization also you want to check, that also you can check. I'll show you how it is going to basically look like. Definitely you can do that, Patil.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. You're welcome, welcome, welcome. Guys, any questions? Please ask.
हेलो सर।
Yes, please.
सर ये जो एमपीएलएस और इसमें डिफरेंस क्या है सर एसडी1 में?
Okay,
हम
okay.
एमपीएलएस से
Yes,
क्यों
I
SD1 है?
yes, I forgot your questions. Sorry for that. So what is different between the MPLS and SD-WAN? Guys, give me 1 minute. Let me explain. Just give me 1 minute. Let me see. So you're talking about the difference between the MPLS and SD-WAN. Okay. But let me. It's a common nowadays question is always going to ask, what is different with the MPLS and SD-WAN? See, MPLS was the solutions, right? it was very well working in the past, and still it's working very well in the past. I mean, it's the current, right, scenario also. Many customers using the MPLS solution. MPLS is going to leverage the like concept like MPBGP, where your core is going to be use the MPBGP, and where your CE is going to be configured with the PE routers. They are going to use might be the static routing or might be the BGP. That's the normal BGP, eBGP, right? In this MPLS solutions, major key concept we have, they have the dedicated circuits. Means let's suppose you have the different branches. There is a one router, there is two routers, right? Connected with the LAN. This is the branch one, right? This router. So they have the two ISP. There might be the MPLS 2 and MPLS 1. The router is going to be connected. This could be might be the Airtel. This could be might be the Verizon. Again, we have the another branch here, branch 2. They are again going to have the two routers. They are going to connect, and they are going to connect with the same kind of MPLS circuit. This is how. And then in this core, you are going to run the BGP, MPBGP basically with the ISPs, and they're going to do the packet transmission based on the labels. And then you can connect your routers via the eBGP or a static route. So this is the architecture. But why MPLS has been replaced with the Cisco SD-WAN? Major factor is the cost. Okay. Everyone is just talking about to save the cost. If you're going to take the MPLS circuit even for the 10 Mbps, if you're going to talk about 10 Mbps, MPLS circuit at the lease line, okay, it is going to cost you around 1 lakh per month. If you're talking to MPLS circuit single line, even more than that. If you're going to talk about lease line based on the internet, then even it is going to cost you around 40 to 50,000 per month, even 10 Mbps, right? But if you're going to take the circuit of the internet, not lease line, not MPLS, if you're going to take the 1 Gbps circuit, you're going to find around the 3000s or might be the 4000 internet broadband link. So you can see the cost difference. It's too much, right? If I'm going for the lease line MPLS circuits, it's a very huge cost. And if I'm going to the open internet circuits, they are very low cost. So this was the difference. Means they are dedicated circuits for you. They are going to build end-to-end connectivity, where your cost is always going to high, but you are going to get the reliable delivery. So earlier in the past, we don't have that much reliable internet circuits available. So you have the compulsion to use the MPLS only because you don't have the internet reliable. So you cannot make the business communication over the internet. Understand? Means if I don't have the very good road, if I don't have the very good road to travel from New Delhi to Agra in a 2 hour, so I prefer to go via the my any kind of the trains which are basically dedicated from Delhi to might be the Agra or some other city. They are going to save your time, save your some kind of the other resource. But if you have the probably five family going to charge, let's suppose 500 ticket, or might be you're going with a good train, it is 1000 ticket. So it is going to cost you around 5000 for the one side ticket, and you're going to round trip, it is going to take around 10,000 rupees, because all family you have to take a ticket and you have to book a seat reservation. So it's going to be costly. But if you have the single car, and let's suppose this car is the based on your very low fuel cost, might be the EV, might be the CNG. So probably it's 200 kilometers only, round trip is 400 kilometers, and you have the very good road. Within 2 hours you can travel from your home and you can reach to the Agra, and you can do whatever you want to do sightseeing also. So it is going to save your money, because 5 members can accommodate it in the same car. It is going to same fuel and all, and also you're going to save a cost as well. So earlier we don't have the expressway, so people are more reliant on the airplane connectivity, more reliant on the highest speed train. But once we have the good infrastructure, people are start traveling by the cars or might be the private vehicles and all. So similar was happening in the past also. MPLS was great great in terms of the delivery, means very reliable, but cost was very high. Internet was very unreliable. Unreliable means slow speed. If I remember when I was in college in 2007, 2006, 2005 and 4, I remember that. That time what was happening, we we have very craze to download the movie. And one movie downloading around 84 kbps speed. We have in the internet connections, and that speed took almost 1 week, 10 days, 15 days to download one HD movie to just see in our laptop or my other computer, because it was too slow. Within a week, within a 2 week, it is going to download it. We used to watch the series, like very good series like the English movies and all, but that was not available in the market. So we kept trying download from BitTorrent and all. So it was taking a lot of time. But now you think, if I want to download 1 GB file, it's going to download within the 5 to 10 seconds or might be the 1 minutes, because we have the very dedicated internet speed. So that's why MPLS was the compulsion in the previous stage to just use, but it was a high cost. But by using the like SD-WAN only come in a picture when my internet was become the very reliable. Means internet was become very fast and reliable. That's why SD-WAN going to help a lot. It is not dependent on the MPLS. It is going to use any transport. Means if you have the any transport, even you have the MPLS circuit, you have the very money, you can use that. If you don't want to use the MPLS, use the broadband internet. You use the 4G, 5G LTE circuit, and even you can make the communications. So this is how SD-WAN is going to save your cost by not using the MPLS circuits. But even you want to MPLS and I want to integrate this fabric with SD-WAN, you can do that. So this is a technical difference. We'll talk more about it, how it is going to be happen, how the configuration is going to happen. Even you can see in the lab. Still, we have the MPLS circuits using here. You can see they are the MPLS circuit. So we'll see how this MPLS circuit is going to configure. So we cannot say MPLS is totally gone in the market, gone from the market. It still is there, but the only principle of using the SD-WAN by leveraging the MPLS, less MPLS and more public transport is going to save my cost. Clear? Promises, you understand, or you need more insights? Promises? I believe you meet. Any other question, guys? Please ask. If you have anything to ask.
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
So guys, this batch is starting. Okay. I request, this is the first 2025 batch. Okay. For the SD-WAN. And if you're really passionate, right? First 2025 Cisco SD-WAN batch. And if you really want to transform your career in 2025 in next 2 months, and you want to upgrade yourself, just enroll yourself, okay, without any delay, because from next Saturday, you are going to get most insight valuable things from my side, which is going to clear your doubt about the controllers. We are going to decode about how this router's configuration was earlier, how this open box and closed box architecture is going to look like. What is the, like, we have the different kind of the concept in the SD-WAN. What is the vManage? What is the vBond? What is the vSmart? We'll discuss about in detailed theoretical concept. That is the most important, okay? Because if you want to clear your interview, you have to understand the like component detail. You can see, so we have to discuss about what is the orchestration plane, why is Cisco vBond. So we have to understand their role, vManage role, control plane roles, data plane roles, and then we have to understand different tunnels and concept. So I would request, if you not enroll till now, please enroll it ASAP, because I don't want you guys miss any classes, because in 2025 it's one of the trending technology is going to be happen. 80%, 70% transformation is in progress. And if you're not going to learn this SD-WAN technologies, you are going to be always behind of your colleagues and peer, and not going to earn that much money what they are going to earn. All right.
सर ये कोर्स करने के लिए क्या प्रीरिक्वेस्ट चाहिए सर?
Yeah, the prerequisite for this course, if you have the CCNA level of knowledge and CCNP level of the basic knowledge, means I need basically if you know how to configure static route, how to configure OSPF, right? And BGP basic configuration. If you that much have the idea, right? Means you know how to do the static route configuration, OSPF and BGP, then you can do this course because everything is new. Everything is new. Only these things are required to build the underlay connectivity. These three things are required to build the underlay connectivity. So if you don't know what is the underlay versus overlay, overlay is purely your SD-WAN, right? Means you have to learn TLS, DTLS. That is not like available in the any routing switching course. So basically, you know how the static route is going to configure, how the BGP, IBGP, basically eBGP configuration, then in OSPF, then you can just go and learn this course because you just have to build the fabric, underlay fabric. So that's why this prerequisite is required. Clear?
सर ये कोर्स करने के बाद मैं इसको प्राइवेट नेटवर्क इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकता हूँ क्या?
Means hybrid network you are talking? मतलब आप पूछ रहे हो?
मैं सर आर्मी में जॉब करता हूँ, मतलब ऐसे ओवरऑल सब में थोड़ा थोड़ा नॉलेज है।
हाँ हाँ।
तो हमारा इधर क्या है ना, एमपीएलएस चलता है, DWDM इस टाइप का टेक्नोलॉजी है। ये तो अभी SD-WAN आया नहीं।
Mm-hmm.
हम्म।
So see, actually, process is like if you're going to learn the SD-WAN, right?
हम्म।
Your knowledge is going to be upgraded anyhow.
ओके ओके।
Legacy routing switching is always going to be there, right? It is not going to be removed from their skill set. But if you have the new SD-WAN requirement in your future, or might be you're looking to change your job, you're going to give any interview. So anyhow, you have to upgrade yourself. There is no other way.
Can I introduce it here?
You don't have any other way around. Like without SD-WAN, you can survive in next 5 and 10 years. You have to learn. So why I'm going to learn after 5 years when I'm going to stuck in my career? Why not I can learn today? And I always ahead from the any kind of the new emerging technology which is going to beyond of my backside, or you can say like I'm not able to understand digest. Yes, Samsung, please go and say something. What do you want to say? What's your name? I forgot your name. Samsung, you join with Samsung, you say, can I say something? You can unmute. You can unmute yourself and you can ask question.
Now it is unmuted. I don't have any question. I just interject in your conversation. The gentleman who
Your
said
your voice is not very much clear. What's your name? May I know your name, please?
myself, Devesh Shastri.
Devi Sastri. Okay.
Yeah, what I am saying, the gentleman has asked that question. First, he has to understand what are the advantage of the SD-WAN. Then and then he will apply that in within their organizations. Like he is from the military department. So in military department, may SD-WAN is not that much useful. Reason being, they have a direct connectivity between the all departments, right? SD-WAN is using a two different platforms. One is MPLS and one is the internet or broadband. In that, maybe the security reasons point of view, military have not adopted the SD-WAN platform.
Yeah, I do agree. I do agree. They still believing their own private area network, right? And they more dependent on the legacy technologies. But David, one thing like even most of the government organization, defense organization, they start transforming their infrastructure with these trending technologies. I have seen one of the project, right? Even it's belong to the military itself, right? And my colleagues are doing that project. It's a pilot stage, but they are also integrating some of the branches or headquarters with the latest technologies. So you also in the army, David?
No. I'm purely from the SI field, system
Okay,
integrated field.
okay. So POCs are happening, but I completely agree. Most of the financial institutions, government institutions, they basically don't trust any new technology until or unless they have the very good POCs and all. But my request, if something is new in the market, you should adopt it, you should learn about it, because it's not only if you're not the government employee.
I'm not against it. I
Yeah,
will say that you are from such department, and then why they have not adopted till now SD-WAN? I have just given the justification of
yeah, I
that.
understand. Completely understand. Appreciate it, David. Appreciate it. Yeah. Any other question, guys? Any other
No,
thing?
no, no. Continue. Please continue.
Thank you, David. From what others, guys, please, if you have any question, anyone have.
I mean, are we going to do any redundancy labs on the controller part? Like
Okay, yeah,
two
that's a good
controller,
question. So,
two
yeah, Arun,
vSmarts. Yeah.
yeah. See, redundancy in the controller pass lab is basically it's not possible, right? We can do that. There is no problem. But why it is not possible? This SD-WAN lab, one device itself we managed required 16 GB RAM, right? Uh, to just deploy one controller and along with the 4 vCPU. So you can think about in this
Yeah.
bit like big like infrastructure, right? How many RAMs are going to be required and how many vCPUs are going to. So you can say hosting the one SD-WAN lab, it's required a very big server which cost a lot. And at the same time, you guys also need to access, right? The same lab. So if you're going to put the redundancy in this particular lab for the all branch, all the controller, it's like almost impossible, and it required a lot of investment, which required a lot of money. So technically, for us or any like might be other training company have that much budget, they can do that, but for us it's not possible right now. But yes, everything you can test it. Only probably you're not going to find two controller in the vManage, vBond, and the vSmart.
No, I understand. Yeah, not a problem. Actually,
Yeah.
can we keep at least 30 minutes of discussion on this after once we complete the controller part or the installation or a configuration part, just for a knowledge purpose. So it will be easy for everyone.
Redundancy, everything I'll discuss. How you going to
No,
configure
no,
what?
no, no. Actually, my take is, I thought to have a redundancy in a couple of vSmart and a
Mm,
couple of vBonds. That's all.
okay,
Okay.
okay, okay.
So actually, that's the one plan, and the other plan is we can have one side, the site ID under you mentioned is one part of vBond, that's a controller, and
Mm.
on the as a backup or a redundancy, can we have an controllers on the AWS connected to the same? I mean, just as in to double check, yeah, somewhere something like that.
Yes. So I completely agree, right? So see, we can deploy the controller within the fabric if my private network is there, right? Or let's suppose I want to make redundancy for this controller, I can deploy 3 controller here. There is no problem. It's same lab, okay? So let's suppose it is going to down. These branches are going to register themselves in this controller,
Exactly.
the backup,
Yeah.
right? So this is the one solution. If I want to deploy in the AWS, this is also possible. So I can deploy the vSmart, vBond, and the vManage here as well. But only they require the underlay connectivity. Once they have the underlay connectivity, all branch are going to build the control connection with these controllers as well. So even these are going to down, they are going to take a backup. So I'll discuss probably how the best practice is going to look like and how the step-by-step deployment is going to happen. Cluster-based deployment, basically we known as the multi-region fabric. So if I talk the multi-region fabric, so multi-region fabric, this means let's suppose you have the 3 region. We have the Asia Pacific, right? We have the EMEA region, right? We have the probably US region. These 3 regions, let's suppose each region have the 100 sites, right? So in APEC, I required 3 controllers. In EMEA, also required 3 controllers. This could be my on-premises, and in US, I require 3 controllers, but this might be the Azure. So these sites are going to primary this controller, but backup could be these controllers, right? If this is going to be down, this is the backup. If these two going down, This could be tertiary backup for this location. This is known as a multi-region fabric. Similar for the epoch, this could be the primary. If this is going to down, might be the EMEA would be the secondary, and tertiary would be the US one. Similar for the EMEA, it is going to primary for this, secondary for this, and tertiary for the epoch location. So in this scenario, every location will require the one set of the controller, and one set of the controller is doing the backup for the other set of the controller. Clear, Arunji?
Yes, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So this is how it is going to look like. And most of the company you are going to find this kind of deployment only.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So I believe we are good for today. Okay. Just a good start. At least we have the basic and overview understanding about the fabric component, SD-WAN, history of the SD-WAN. We talk about the what was happening earlier, what are different vendors. Now, most important question, one more thing might be you're going to come in your mind. Which all SD-WAN should I learn? So, shall I learn all the SD-WAN, Viptela, Cisco Viptela, Catalyst is the same. Shall I go and learn Meraki, Kato, Zscaler, Polo, FortiGate? So guys, just it is technically not possible for me as well to learn all the SD-WAN. But you should learn at least one or two SD-WAN. That is the hot demand in the market. Likewise, the Cisco SD-WAN definitely one of the best SD-WAN. Like why it's best? Because they have the high acquisition in the market. But similar, we have the other ways like FortiGate SD-WAN. You can think Velo SD-WAN. That's also very good. Versa SD-WAN. So you can go and learn either Cisco and Versa because they have the good demand. Also, you can learn the FortiGate. But if you know one or two SD-WAN, you can easily understand the other SD-WAN because the whole concept is going to be same. Only the way of configuration is going to be difference. So just start with any SD-WAN, and once you have the very good understanding, just go and learn another SD-WAN. So at least you have the multi SD-WAN skill set in your CV. So you are going to get more weightage from the market. Clear? Okay, so that's all for today from my side, and we'll meet next Saturday on 10 a.m. The timing would be the fix, and I would request everyone who all not still enrolled, right? So please do that. Okay, this is your batch timing 10 to 12:30 p.m. Okay, and we will start without fail by this Saturday, and the classes is going to happen minimum 2 hours, and we have to discuss each and everything. So two classes, one class is more about theoretical, and then the second class I'll just show you some theoretical stuff in first half, and second half we'll do some practical as well. So we'll start the deployment of the controller from the zero. Means our lab is going to be no configuration. Means when we start, there is zero configuration in entire lab. So I'll start from scratch, from zero, and we'll step by step we'll do how PC is going to be integrated, how IP is going to be allocated, how the IP's assignment is going to be happen. I'll explain the entire lab component, how this switch is going to come picture, how the transport is going to be connected, how the underlay is going to build, how the LAN integration is going to happen, how this DC integration is going to happen. So don't miss, and see you in the next week. Okay, guys. Have a great Sunday further. Bye-bye. Take care.
हाय विशाल।
Thanks, Vishal.
Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye.
विशाल
हाँ जी, बताइए।
एक मिनट हो जाइएगा।